ரைட்டில் இருக்குது அது ஆன் பண்ணிட்டேன். மேலே லைட் வரும். செக் 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 செக். நோ. நித்யஸ்ரீ அந்த பையன் வந்து மைக் ஆன் பண்ணுறான், ஆன் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறான். மைக் லேட் ஆகிடும். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண ப்ரோக்ராம் டைம். என்னோட மைக் ஆன் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க. Can I just start? Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Apsara, your host this afternoon. We're just going to wait for a little more time before the hall fills up because of the convoy and the restrictions. There are few people stuck on the way. But before that, I'd invite Anil Srinivasan and Saindavi to entertain you and to calm your nerves and to fight the heat with some soothing Aurobindo Gayatri.
सवितुर्वरं रूपं ज्योतिः परस्य धीमहि यन्नः सत्येन दीपयेत् यन्न सत्येन दीपयेत् सत्येन
Just do one more of it, no? Just do the same thing, yeah. The same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I think they deserve a big round of applause for setting the wonderful tone for this afternoon's function. I want to set up Nambi Narayanan sir's link. If somebody can just work on the WebEx. I'm just going to request Anil to play a little bit longer till we bring up Nambi Narayanan sir's WebEx link, and I'm going to ask somebody to coordinate that. If you can have that set up, Sai.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीढ़ पराए जाने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीढ़ पराए जाने रे। पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान ना आने रे। पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान ना आने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीढ़ पराए जाने रे। सकल लोकमा सहुने वंदे। सकल लोकमा सहुने वंदे। निंदा न करे केणी रे। सकल लोकमा सहुने वंदे। निंदा न करे केणी रे। वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे। धन धन जननी तेने रे। वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे। धन धन जननी तेने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीढ़ पराए जाने रे। वैष्णव वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कहे जे। वणलोभीने कपट रहित छे, वणलोभीने कपट रहित छे, काम क्रोधनी वार्या रे। भणे न रसैयो तेनु दर्शन करता, कुळै को तेरा तार्या रे। भणे न रसैयो तेनु दर्शन करता, कुळै को तेरा तार्या रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे, पीढ़ पराई जाने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे, पीढ़ पराई जाने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे।
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Anil and Saindavi. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Saindavi. They're going to come back later with another interesting capsule of music. But now we have Nambi Narayananji. He is the former scientist from Indian Space Research Organization. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 2019. His cryogenics work has been instrumental in the recent Chandrayaan launch. Ladies and gentlemen, the man behind the movie Rocketry, The Nambi Effect. Please welcome Mr. Nambi Narayanan. Nambi sir, we would like you to speak about what according to you is the supermind, and how do you manage to keep mental peace through rediscovery of the truth within and your own consciousness. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you nice, loud and clear.
Yeah, they're transmitting your screen there, that's it.
Okay.
We can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay, can you please repeat the question, please? You asked now, right?
The question is, how do you attain the supermind, and how do you keep your mental peace through rediscovery of your truth within and your own consciousness?
No, actually, mental peace is a term which is used in some sense that, for example, I have mental peace when I focus my mind on the matter which I am currently right now talking to you. For example, I am focusing my mind to that. And I plan my activities well in advance to the extent possible. And I just, at this stage, I just don't bother about things which are not directly connected with me. And though sometimes it may appear to you as atrocious or not good or not justifiable, but still try to keep myself out of it, as if it is not happening in front of my eyes. That's one way of keeping your peace of mind. But if you start worrying about it, if you start thinking about it, then you lose your peace of mind, and then you get involved into it, and then you become part of it, and then finally you lose your peace of mind. That's the way.
So I had a question for you. You are a brilliant mind. At some point in time, you were convicted of wrongly convicted perhaps. But then you come back after that, and then you still have many active plans for a future ahead, and you have the kind of technical expertise that you've kept upgraded, and I think something which also came in handy for the Chandrayaan launch. When you come back after that long stint, how do you keep that focus? How do you keep the spirit alive to kind of keep going?
It's not a very difficult matter. It's a matter which you should get accustomed to it. For example, I don't think that you are right in saying that I am still part of Chandrayaan. I am not part of Chandrayaan. Of course, I have friends who are there still. I just keep in touch with them. In case if I want to know some status of certain things, I just ask them and they give me the information. So to that extent, I am involved, but I am not there to advise them. I am not in their team, or I am not there in participating in their meetings and all. So that way, I am not really connected with that. Though you may think that I am part of the whole thing, as you were telling. Of course, certainly the Vikas engine which I developed long back is being used there. And so far, it has not given any problem. So it's going good. So I have nothing to worry about it unless somebody wants to make it to fail, it can't fail, it looks. That's the situation.
So after acting in, after your story was made into Rocketry, the Nambi effect, there's a lot of star value attached to you. Do you feel a greater sense of responsibility now?
Well, honestly, I don't have any other responsibility other than I'm trying to concentrate on a documentary which takes care of what is not shown in rocketry. Certain things are not shown in rocketry for different reasons. One reason is that it can become subsidies, and another reason is that the picture becomes very long, and so on and so forth. So we are trying to make a documentary in which we are trying to tell what has really happened. And the one problem with this is the trial is still on with respect to those accused. So you have to can't talk about everything in that movie. So that keeps me occupied for some time. But sometime back you asked me a question about how I came out of the whole thing, and to that I want to give an answer to you, saying that you know very well that I was wrongly implicated. First I was agitated, and then trying to understand why it is happening, how is it happening, and all. But later on, I could see the involvement of certain hands in this. And then, one by one, you put things together. Picture was very clearly emerging out.
Thank you so much, sir. We're so glad you're out and you're still an active part of our society. We thank you for your time. We thank you for being with us. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite on stage Divan of Arcot. I think he needs no introduction. He's a peace advocate. He's somebody who has an amazing sense of community and inclusion and equality. Please welcome Nawab Asif Ali. He's somebody who is a professional quiz master. He's an amazing host. He has somebody who has an active mind, and he cultivates culture and peace advocacy is his work. So I welcome you, sir. We can have Mr. Nambi Narayan's WebEx link turned off, and we can welcome Mr. Asif Ali. Thank you so much, Mr. Nambi.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got late.
We can have this mic. You can start in the center. Yeah. 5 minutes.
In the name of the Lord, a very good afternoon, namaste, and salams to all you lovely people. First and foremost, all thanks to God, the Almighty, for the immense honor to be here in front of you lovely people. I thank my friend Apsara Reddy for giving me this opportunity with my wife. We left at about 5 o'clock in the morning to be with you, and we are here with you today. So I was given the opportunity to speak on importance of unity. And we had a talk earlier in the morning in the adjacent hall. And I touched certain points which contribute to to unity. And now I'd like to mention that the most important part of being united is being inclusive. And that I didn't have time to explain in the other hall because of the time constraint. We were given 15 minutes, it was reduced to 2 minutes. So I had some points in mind which I wanted to share. But I'm sure you're all very tired after a long day and not ready for a long lecture. So I was suggesting that I speak not more than 3 minutes. I was mentioning that to be united, first and foremost, we have to accept all human beings which belong to various faiths, various castes, various color, various nationalities. And for that, I think the first and foremost is that we have to respect them for what they are and not be a judge to judge them on the basis of, especially today in these times. I'm not talking about in any country or any state or any city. This is a global issue that we are just not being united. The basis is that we are busy trying to prove that our faith is better than other faiths. This is what I mentioned in the other hall also, that there are many other elements which contribute to lack of unity, and the most important factor, I would say, is that we come united as one race of human beings rather than saying that my faith is better than your faith. And we are being taken advantage of based on our lack of knowledge on our own religion. So I think that's what I was trying to mention, that if you believe in God, there is only one God. There cannot be 2 gods or 3 gods. There cannot be a God for Muslims, there cannot be a God for Hindus, there cannot be a God for Christians. I think if we come on that platform to believe that we are the children of one God, I think that forms the basis of unity. So that is what I was trying to say. And especially this I talk to children, because at Amir Mahal, at our place, it's a very old ancestral place. We invite children from schools, from colleges. So every week, every second week, we have about 100, 200 children packed in the hall or in the lawn. And I talk to them that you are the future of our great country, India. And you should know the history of India. So that's very important. History should not be deleted from the books. The children have to learn our history and learn the better things, not just about battle and war, and that will make us divided, not united. So I always touch the point of faith and religion because it's very sensitive. The moment you talk about faith and religion, people become alert. And that's what the media and the social media play with your mind to divide us for whatever benefits. But I think if you understand the basis of our own faith, your own faith, the basis of humanity, I think we can all be together. And I would like to finish by saying that it's very important that the leader of the nation, be it any nation, makes sure that the people are united. It's very important. It's not just the one-sided work of the citizens alone. It is the work and responsibility of the leader to make sure that people are united on the basis of being the citizens of their country. And especially talking about our country, India, today we are an example of being, diverse, of being a country of, I would say, various languages, various cultures, and still being one. Yet, we are being taken for a ride. Why? Because us, as the citizens, we are not ready to accept so easily the other cultures and other faiths and other races. I think that slight imbalance still there. The only reason I feel is that the lack of knowledge of religion, and any subject you're weak, they take you for a ride. Let me finish by saying that India belongs to the people of India. It's not just one community. We are united in the name of many communities. I happen to be a Muslim, and I'm a proud Indian Muslim. Those who wanted to go to Pakistan have left long back. They don't belong here. But the Muslims who belong to India are Indian Muslims. We are born here, we live here, we'll die here. This is the homeland. This is the homeland of Muslims, of Hindus, of Christians. I urge people not to divide yourselves in the name of religion, which is a dangerous times going on right now. So let's think very positive, move forward, accept other faiths, other races, other people as fellow human beings, fellow Indians, and just move forward with positivity, with an aim and objective to take India to greater heights. I'm proud to be an Indian. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Asif ji, because I think the message of equality, inclusivity, and I think all communities understanding each other is very, very essential. And I think we should celebrate Auroville for that kind of philosophy. A big round of applause for Auroville and Auroville Foundation, through which this medium and this program is happening today. I thank everyone in the audience for your patience. I know you've braved a lot of security measures and a lot of protocol and a lot of delays, but as is expected with certain programs, I think all of you have kept your calm. Thank you so much for having faith in us. I'd like to also invite on stage my co-host, Sudha Prabhu. Sudha Prabhu is somebody who believes in dedicating her energies and her craft and her time to at the lotus feet of the mother and Sri Aurobindo. On Sri Aurobindo's 150th birth anniversary, she's going to lead by the silence which prompts inner calm, inner energies to be cleansed. So I invite Sudha to kind of do the silence and lead the silence with you. I request all of you to pay attention and give your heart and soul to this activity. It's really refreshing.
Thank you so much. All I'm just going to invite you to is just close your eyes. Allow your feet to touch the ground. And let your body just relax into the chair. I'm still seeing some eyes open, and that's okay too if you want to do an open-eyed meditation. Just take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just allow all that has happened since morning. The heat, the chaos, the confusion, the not knowing, the listening, the sitting, and maybe you've come from faraway place to be here. Allow all of that to be just breath out. And as you breathe in to your belly, just soften it. Allow the shoulders to relax. Allow your chest to take gentle breath in and out. And just bring your awareness to your breath that's flowing in and out of your nostril. And just observe, how are you breathing right here, right now? Is it an even breath? Or is it a short breath? Or are you breathing deep? Or is it smooth and flowing? Just bring your awareness to your breath. And as you calm down in this moment, allow the sounds around you, the sounds of the drum, my voice, perhaps the chatter at the back, perhaps people walking, maybe even the warmth on your skin. Just allow that and just be one with the sound. And go deeper into your breath. In this moment, listening to even the pause between the words. Listening to the silence as if you can feel it. And just take a couple of seconds to just be with it. Just being here in this moment with your breath, with the silence. And just allow the silence to speak with you. And with every breath, you can just feel a deep, deep relaxation. And you can feel the palpable silence in this moment. You can actually feel the silence. And now, as you bring your awareness into this moment, become aware of your feet on the ground, to the sounds, to the movement, and become aware of your breath again. And as you slowly and gently open your eyes into this space, knowing that it's the same. Inside out, outside in. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, how was that? How was that session? Was it refreshing? Any feedback? Did you enjoy the silence? I'd like to now invite Sudha back on stage to read out in Tamil and English the 5 dreams of Mother and of course Sri Aurobindo. Sudha, can we have you back on stage, please? And then we'll have a music capsule by Anil and Saindavi again.
So, on the occasion of 150th birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo, this is a special year for all of us. An inspiring leader, he had once spoken about for Mother India 5 dreams. While we will have Malcolm read in English, we have whom we fondly call as Meenakshi Akka. She's one of the oldest Aurovillians. She was one of the few who started actually educational institutions in Auroville. In fact, the school still runs. And her beauty is she allows people across ages to come into the school. So it is Auroville as a place of never-ending education. Meenakshi Akka, for you to read the 5 dreams in Tamil.
And then Malcolm in English.
And then Malcolm, you will really have to listen to his voice. It's something really jaw-dropping.
First English.
First Tamil, then.
வணக்கம். 1947 ஆகஸ்ட் 15 ஸ்ரீ அரவிந்தருடைய பிறந்த நாளன்று நமக்கு விடுதலை கிடைத்தது. அவர் அளித்த 5 கனவுகள் அற்புதம். முதல் கனவு, சுதந்திர ஐக்கிய இந்தியாவை உருவாக்கும் புரட்சி. இந்தியா இன்று சுதந்திர நாடாக உள்ளது, ஆனால் இன்னும் ஒற்றுமை அடையவில்லை. அதிர்ஷ்டவசமாக இந்த ஆபத்து விலக்கப்பட்டு இன்னும் முழுமையான ஐக்கியம் ஏற்படாவிட்டால் விரிவான பலமான ஐக்கியம் பிறகு ஏற்படும் என்று தோன்றுகிறது. இன்னொரு கனவு, இரண்டாவது, ஆசிய மக்கள் புத்தெழுச்சி பெற்று விடுதலை அடைய வேண்டும். மனித நாகரிக வளர்ச்சியில் ஆசியா அதன் பெரும் பங்கை ஆற்ற அது மீண்டும் முன்வர வேண்டும். ஆசியா விழித்துக் கொண்டது. அங்கும் இந்தியா செய்ய வேண்டிய வேலை உண்டு. அதை செய்யவும் அது தொடங்கிவிட்டது. அக்காரியத்தை அது சக்தியோடும் திறமையோடும் செய்கின்றதானது. அது சாதிக்கக்கூடியவற்றையும் உலக நாடுகளின் சங்கத்தில் அது பெறக்கூடிய இடத்தையும் ஏற்கனவே சுட்டிக்காட்டுகிறது. மூன்றாவது கனவு, உலக ஐக்கியம். மனித இனம் முழுவதற்கும் இப்போது இருப்பதை விட நீதியான, பிரகாசமான, உயர்வான வாழ்விற்கு வேண்டிய புற அடிப்படையாகும் அது. அந்த ஐக்கியம் தொடங்கிவிட்டது. இன்னொரு கனவு, உலகிற்கு இந்தியாவின் ஆன்மீக கொடை. அது ஏற்கனவே நிறைவேறத் தொடங்கிவிட்டது. இக்காலத்தின் அழிவுகளுக்கிடையே அதிகமான கண்கள் இந்தியாவையே, பாரதத்தையே நம்பிக்கையுடன் நோக்குகின்றன. இந்தியாவின் ஆன்மீக போதனைகளை மட்டுமின்றி அதன் சைத்திய ஆன்மீக சாதனைகளையும் பலர் பின்பற்றத் தொடங்கியுள்ளனர். அவர்களின் தொகை நாளுக்கு நாள் அதிகரிக்கிறது. இறுதி கனவு, ஐந்தாவது, பரிணாமத்தில் இன்னொரு கட்டம். அது மனிதனை இப்போது உள்ளதை விட உயர்ந்ததும் விரிவானதுமான ஓர் உணர்விற்கு உயர்த்தும். பரமனது சித்தம் இருந்தால் அவை நிச்சயம் வெற்றி கொள்ளும். இந்தியாவின் விடுதலை திருநாளை இந்த பொருளுடையதாகவே நான் கருதுகிறேன். இந்த நம்பிக்கை நிறைவேறுமா? எவ்வளவு நிறைவேறும், எவ்வளவு விரைவில் நிறைவேறும் என்பது இப்புதிய சுதந்திர இந்தியாவை பொறுத்துள்ளது.
Thank you, Meenakshi. The 5 Dreams of Sri Aurobindo. The 15th of August, 1947. This message was given by Sri Aurobindo at the request of the All India Radio, Tiruchirappalli. It was broadcast on the 14th of August, 1947. August 15th is my own birthday, and it is naturally gratifying to me that it should have assumed this vast significance. I take this coincidence not as a fortuitous accident, but as the sanction and seal of the divine force that guides my steps on the work with which I began my life, the beginning of its full fruition. Indeed, on this day I can watch almost all the world movements which I hope to see fulfilled in my lifetime, though then they looked like impractical dreams, arriving at fruition or on their way to achievement. In all these movements, Free India may well play a large part and take a leading position. The first of these dreams was a revolutionary movement which would create a free and united India. India today is free, but she has not achieved unity. At one moment, it almost seemed as if in the very act of liberation, she would fall back into the chaos of separate states which preceded the British conquest. But fortunately, it now seems probable that this danger will be averted and a large and powerful, though not yet a complete union, will be established. Also, the wisely drastic policy of the Constituent Assembly has made it probable that the problem of the depressed classes will be solved without schism or fissure. But the old communal division into Hindus and Muslims seems now to have hardened into a permanent political division of the country. It is to be hoped that this settled fact will not be accepted as settled forever, or as anything more than a temporary expedient. For if it lasts, India may be seriously weakened, even crippled. Civil strife may remain always possible even a new invasion and foreign conquest. India's internal development and prosperity may be impeded, her position among the nations weakened, her destiny impaired or even frustrated. This must not be. 2 minutes. The partition must go. Let us hope that may come about naturally by an increasing recognition of the necessity not only of peace and concord, but of common action, by the practice of common action, and the creation of means for that purpose. In this way, unity may finally come about under whatever form. The exact form may have a pragmatic but not a fundamental importance. But by whatever means, in whatever way, the division must go. Unity must and will be achieved. Another dream was for the resurgence and liberation of the peoples of Asia and her return to the great role in the progress of human civilization. The third dream was a world union forming the outer basis of a fairer and brighter and nobler life for all mankind. Another dream, the spiritual gift of India to the world, has already begun. India's spirituality is entering Europe and America in an ever-increasing measure. That movement will grow. Amid the disasters of the time, more and more eyes are turning towards her with hope. And there is even an increasing resort not only to her teachings, but to her psychic and spiritual practices. The final dream was a step in evolution which would raise man to a higher and larger consciousness and begin the solution of the problems which have perplexed and vexed him since his first beginning to think and to dream of individual perfection and a perfect society. This is still a personal hope and an ideal which has begun to take hold both in India and in the West on forward-looking minds. Such is the content which I put into this date of India's liberation, Whether or how far this hope will be justified depends upon the new and free India.
Thank you, Malcolm. Wasn't that a brilliant voice and a brilliant rendition of the dreams? A bigger round of applause for Meenakshi Akka and, of course, Malcolm. I invite back on stage the very talented Anil Srinivasan and Saindavi, a talent of theirs which collaborates to kind of bring sacred and secular texts together and, of course, celebrate the feminine divine of inclusivity, harmony, peace, and community. Thank you, Anil and Saindavi.
Good afternoon. This is the wonderful Saindavi Prakash.
And this is Kalaimamani Sri Anil Srinivasan, sir.
She said this is the wonderful Kalaimamani Anil Srinivasan, sir. Thank you. We present two compositions. The first, of course, is by Subramanya Bharati, who was, of course, a long-time resident of Pondicherry and composed this particular verse not very far from where we are sitting. This is the famous Oli Padetta Kanninai, which is a rousing call to the youth to be enlightened, to be bright sparks, and to build the nation. That will be followed by me doing an instrumental rendition of Tagore, again very associated with this particular venue that we are in, and that she will be ending with Maitrim Bhajata, which is, of course, the wonderful verse that celebrates friendship and harmony.
ஒளி படைத்த கண்ணினாய் வா अखिलहृजेत्रे मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजेत्रीम् आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणं त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणं मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजेत्रे मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजेत्रे जननी पृथ्वी कामधुगास्ते जननी पृथ्वी कामधुगास्ते जनको देवः सकलदयाळु जनको देवः सकलदयाळु धाम्यधदत्त दायत्वं जनत दाम्यधदत्त दायत्वं जनत श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानाम् சிந்தநதியின் மிசை நிலவினிலே சேரனன் நாட்டிலம் பெண்களுடனே சிந்தநதியின் மிசை நிலவினிலே சேரனன் நாட்டிலம் பெண்களுடனே சுந்தர தெலுங்கினில் பாட்டிசைத்து தோணிகளோட்டி விளையாடி வருவோம் கங்கை நதி புறத்து கோதுமை பண்டம் கங்கை நதி புறத்து கோதுமை பண்டம் காவிரி வெற்றிலைக்கு மாறு கொள்வோம் கங்கை நதி புறத்து கோதுமை பண்டம் காவிரி வெற்றிலைக்கு மாறு கொள்வோம் சிங்க மராட்டியர்தம் கவிதை கொண்டு
Please rise to welcome our Honorable President and other dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep any mobile phones switched off if you have any mobile phones or technological devices with you.